So for the video quest for our critical task, I focused on a couple areas that I needed to improve on versus the last video quest that we did. The first one was when I was building background, I focused less on just building background and spent a little more time probing my students for prior knowledge and relating things back to essential questions for our unit. I also got a chance to explain the directions this time a little more clearly so students understood exactly what they were to do, and I feel like by doing this they stayed on task a lot better for this lesson versus my last video. And also, I felt like it gave my CT and I the opportunity to collaborate and go over things from the last lesson towards this lesson in areas that I should improve or things that I should have focused on a little bit better than my first lesson. And just overall, I felt like having to do the first video quest as kind of a dry run was really valuable because I feel like I was much more comfortable, confident, and knew what I was doing a lot better for this activity versus the last activity.
So now that we all understand what emancipation is, how do you think that this contributes to emancipation? How do you think that the Confiscation Act and what they're explicitly saying in this document contributes to emancipation?
I guess slavery was at that time considered to be property, and so if they found slaves, they could potentially free them, because take away property.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else? It's a really good one. So, what's one question that this text made you think of? Just right off the top of your head, just a question that you had, something you thought of. Yep.
How the South would retaliate against that because they're not exactly known as a passive people.
Yep. How the South will retaliate. Gabby?
Just how they know if they're going against I guess, the union, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else? I mean, that definitely.
How often this happens?
How often this happen? Yeah, so all these are really good, just kind of simple questions. How did this happen? How did we get here? How's this going to make everybody feel, right? Okay, so if we all have our poncho out, our documents out, and sheets of paper, we're going to do an activity that we really do all the time, but we may not understand exactly what it is. Okay? It's called read aloud, think, and summarize. Sounds easy, right? It is. It's pretty straightforward, okay? So you guys are in groups of 2. Partner 1 is going to read the assigned portion aloud, while partner 2 annotates document main points and issues. When we did this before, we just had people kind of summarizing and bullet pointed, and it didn't really work out as well as making sure that we're just basically we've got one person speaking, one person listening, right? So we've got a reader reading the documents, somebody's going to, or your partner is going to listen to what you say.
Why these creators should be treated with tenderness by you, the prejudice of this year's rights of loyal men and candidates. Do I read poetry or just stop after?
Politicians stealing from the borders and
While Alex, number 3, from slavery to rebels coming in order on military. with scores which means disregarded, have never provoked even
Greece basically saying that border states, you have to get rid of slavery in the border states.
Trying to blame someone that someone has to be blamed for all these.
We ask you to look at
How does this document fit into the discussion about resources and or goals, or how long the war lasted, and how can we add this to our graphic organizers that we did from the gallery walk?
Greeley wants kind of the emancipation of everyone, like all slaves and stuff, and that's a pretty big military resource for that.
Absolutely. A military resource. Can anyone else think of what emancipation for slaves, what other kind of resource would that give the North besides a military? Economic, okay.